What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree, also known as Honey Bree if you follow me on Instagram, and tonight I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I have already put out on my YouTube channel. That is a bake with me, I guess. I'm in the mood for a pizookie because I went out shopping with a friend yesterday and we found this cute little pan. Is actually cast iron and I got it for $5 and I saw this and I automatically thought pizookie, and that's what I'm feeling like. And I believe I have everything I will need to bake it because we are going to be making it out of scratch. I also want to talk about something that I just want to share, you know, like I think this is something I wish I would have known before moving overseas, and especially to Japan, because prior to getting here and receiving orders to come here, Japan was never on my radar. I thought it was a beautiful culture and a beautiful country and all that, just from the pictures, the movies, and the videos, but it wasn't necessarily somewhere that I wanted to live. So I feel like when you move somewhere out of your home country, you see a lot of different things than you would at home. I just wanted to talk about some of those things while I was making my pizookie because I think that'll be fun. Anyway, I have to find a recipe because I forget how to bake. This is the recipe that we're going with. I cannot stand Pinterest these days because there are so many broken links. So there's no actual recipe for this, but I am gonna go by what I know with baking from back in the day and just run with whatever ingredients they use. But also I think I want to make it like a protein cookie, so I'm going to add some protein powder as a substitute for probably some of the flour, because there's 2 1/4 cups of gluten-free flour, which is what I actually have. And by the way, I'm not gluten-free, it's just the type of flour I have. All right, I need to grab everything that we're gonna need and then we'll get this thing going. I am so excited to see how this turns out. So first things first, you gotta preheat the oven. I'm gonna do 350. That sounds about right. Now I'm going to mix all of my dry ingredients in a bowl. There is no need for a bowl this size. It's just what I have right now. So it calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour. That's a little bigger than a 1/4 cup, but we're gonna roll with it. So 1/4 of a cup. We're going to top off this scoop with some protein powder. Perfect. What else is dry? A tablespoon of chia seeds. I love me some chia seeds. Very, very good for a lot of reasons. It says a tablespoon, but I don't mind chia seeds, so we're gonna do that. Baking soda. Only need like a teaspoon. A teaspoon. All right, and then baking powder, same thing, teaspoon. Hello. All right, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, which I just so happen to have. So we'll do half. That chunk was not supposed to come out like that. Okay. And then 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I don't have actual brown sugar, but I do have coconut sugar. So that's what we're actually gonna be using. Break it up. Otherwise it's gonna come out just like the granulated sugar just tried to. Oh my gosh, and it still did it. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh, I just dropped that. Oh, what is happening? This just got really messy. And then salt. This has a grinder on it, but it just comes out. Yeah, I think we're done there. Oh yeah, and I always like to add a little bit of cinnamon because why not? Damn. Is there supposed to... Wow, I just realized this recipe doesn't use an egg. I don't know if that's normal, but I feel like all baked goods have eggs, you know? Wow, that is actually a lot of batter. Yikes. But there's no eggs, so like now I'm confused. The only dairy is butter. So concerned right now. All right, we're gonna roll with it. Like I said, I just hope I didn't make this for no reason, you know? There's no vanilla extract, butter, and peanut butter are the only wet ingredients. I wish I could see this recipe so I knew it was like accurate, you know? This isn't gonna work the way I want it to. I think I'm gonna end up adding some milk to this. Yeah, we're gonna do that. This is the peanut butter I will be using. Salted caramel nuts and more. I don't even like peanut butter, but this stuff is so good. It says 1/4 of a cup. I think I have about 1/4 of a cup, if not more in there. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, 8 tablespoons of butter. Melted. Y'all, I really don't know how this is about to turn out. Like, I am so interested. I literally have not baked since before we moved to Tampa. Since before I graduated college. That looks about like 8 tablespoons. I hope this works. I hope this is the liquids we need in our life for this recipe. I don't think this container was microwave safe, but we did it anyway. Y'all, I'm telling you, there is not enough liquid in this container right now. There's not. There's no way. I'm just going to top it off with almond milk. For good measure. I'm not a baker. I'm barely a cooker. But we running with this, y'all. This recipe is not right. I should have thought about this way more than I did. Here we go. Are you really baking if you don't lick the spoon? It doesn't look right already. It doesn't. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna see. Look at this. That's not it. Y'all, this isn't it. It smells really good. Like, what is that? Now I feel like I should have added an egg. Egg adds some more fluid, adds a little bit of fluff to it. I think I did something wrong at this point, but oh well. We're gonna cook it and we're gonna see how it is. Definitely gonna need a bigger pan though. So I had every intention of adding chocolate chips to this, but since I used a birthday cake flavored protein powder, I think I'm gonna leave it as is. Oh yeah. Not bad. We're gonna pop it in the oven. We're gonna start with 20 minutes and we're gonna see how that is looking. Hey Siri, start a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, counting down.
So now that we are waiting on that, I feel like now is the time I can talk about the things that are big changes to me. Now living in a different country, that is Japan. First things first, this is the very obvious one, the time change. Japan, in reference to where I am from in the States, is 14 hours different. It is 13 hours different from Tampa, which is our last base. That's over half a day. That is quite the jump. I want to say it took us about 3, maybe 4 days to like really adjust, and then it took about a week for our bodies to adjust to the time change. It was just daylight the day that we got from Seattle to here. That was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. I've never flown that far for that long before, so that was huge. And then the next thing, we live on an island, so things like produce is a lot more expensive, especially the stuff that we are used to getting in these states. That is something that I have had to come to realize. I'm buying a lot more frozen produce than I am fresh produce, and then when it comes to fresh produce, I am choosing to shop more at local farmers markets, which happen to be like little shops, which are really cool because then I can shop more seasonal, but then also I get to try different types of produce that we might not have in the States. And then also living on an island, shipping times are much longer. We were living in Tampa, Florida for the past 3 years, and I was so accustomed to getting things shipped within a few days, if not a day, because Tampa was a hotspot for Amazon and I can get some things same day if I ordered it soon enough. But now I have to wait minimum 2 to 3 weeks, and that's when the post office can get it to us because they have issues all the time that you would not even realize being in the States. And then another thing that's different is that they have 11-digit phone numbers, and that does not even include the country number. I kept my States number. A lot of my accounts with the security codes get sent to that number, and I've heard that if you don't have a States number, once you get over here and you get a Japanese number, it's difficult to set up accounts and stuff like that, or to change it for the security purposes to that new number. So I just went ahead and kept my number. Bryce has a Japanese number for work. Okay, and this one I kind of expected, knowing that I would be in a very, very foreign country, was driving. Not only do you drive on the other side of the road, but distance is in kilometers and meters, which is something that I did not realize until I actually got here. Also, when it comes to driving, is the difference in speed limits. So not only is it in kilometers per hour, but the highest speed limit I have seen yet has been 80 kilometers per hour. If you convert that, it goes from 80 kilometers per hour to about 50 miles per hour. I get that the island's not that big, and if you're in that big of a rush to get somewhere, you're gonna get there in like 10 minutes, but you going super slow. And then also when it comes to traffic and driving here, they have traffic lights on both sides of the road. Like, there's absolutely no reason why you should miss the traffic light turning red, yellow, whatever. If I can find a picture, I will insert it here. That is probably the coolest thing to me, because when you're coming around a corner or coming down a hill or up a hill or something, and something's blocking your side of the road's traffic light, it is so nice to be able to just look a little bit to the right and to see if it's turning. I think that also helps with traffic and traffic accidents here. And then the next thing is things are paid for in yen, Japanese yen. As of today, my conversion said that $1 is equal to about 110 yen. So it's almost like 1 yen is a penny. So if something is 500 yen, you're looking at $5. It's not that bad. I can definitely see that if I had come here without knowing this, that if I saw $1,500 for an apple, I would have freaked out. By the way, that is not uncommon. That was something I actually came across on a YouTube video when I was doing some Japanese moving to Japan homework. They have a variety of very high-end, expensive fruit. I walked into a Japanese supermarket and seen a $20 mango. She was beautiful, but it was a $20 mango. Like, do you eat it? Like, what do you do? Like, do you put it in a case and just appreciate it? I don't know. I'm not Japanese. I don't really understand that whole thing. I think it's interesting. I love that for them. And the next, buildings here are made out of steel and concrete. Just about every building I walk into, I can expect not to have service. Not only because I have an American service. If you're not automatically connected to the Wi-Fi or able to get on Wi-Fi, it is very likely for you to lose service. I don't know if it happens to Bryce. I haven't even thought to ask him. That is something I didn't really think about, considering the fact that we are in the Pacific and they do have typhoons here, which if you haven't seen my preparing for a typhoon weekend vlog, I will put a card up here. But yeah, so typhoons are basically just hurricanes. They have the potential of having tsunamis, earthquakes, all kinds of stuff. And then also when it comes to aesthetics, I'm assuming paint on the outside of a building doesn't last as long, especially with all the wear and tear, because I will drive down a road and I will see all of these very obvious steel and concrete buildings that have been so weathered. Time for the cookie, but I'm gonna finish this up really quick. Another thing that is different when it comes to living here is when we bought cars, we paid our insurance up front. I know I live in capitalist America where they're just trying to make a buck off of you, but paying for insurance up front, I think it's just genius. I love that. I wish America would adopt that. Maybe one day, we'll see. And the next is drive-throughs. Going through drive-throughs, as somebody who does not speak the native language to the country you are now living in, we have been asked to pull up to the window to point at pictures instead of telling them what we want. I think that was the most culture shocking thing for us, other than driving on the other side of the road. And then lastly, I will mention recycle. So in the States, I don't know when we started implementing the recycling program that we have now. It is not nearly as intense as the one that is here. So we have currently 5 trash cans. Regular trash, cans, any type of metal, but mostly cans. That also includes aerosol cans that you have to pop a hole in before you throw in there. Plastics, which they only take type 1, 2, and PET. I'm not sure if PET is different than 1 and 2, but those are specifically what is on our list. Also glass. So glass of any kind, as long as you rinse it out before you put it in the trash. And the last one is paper products. Any clean paper product, boxes or anything like that, has to go in a bag as well. Not even to mention, this one doesn't even have a trash can. It's corrugated cardboard. Anyway, basically, they have this broken down to a T, written out for you, and they tell you exactly what to do with each item. There's nothing like that in the States. And the fact that they make make you take off like labels and caps for plastics. They make you rinse out glassware and stuff like that is just incredible. Like the fact that they write it out for you step by step, like literally what to do, what day to send it out, how to bag it in a clear plastic bag and all that kind of stuff. Pristine. But anyway, I can smell my cookie, so we're gonna go check on her and see how she's doing. I let her cook a little bit longer, so hopefully she'll be extra crispy. Let's check it out. Why does she look like a cake? So I have no idea what I did to make her look like a cake. Honestly, I made a protein cornbread. This is what I get for not getting an exact recipe. She's not the worst thing in the world. Like, look at this. You can see little bits of like birthday cake and chia seeds, but she's not sweet and certainly not a cookie. So I will be trying this again. It's been fun. That's the good part. She'd definitely be better with some ice cream, but we don't have any. Just gonna enjoy my protein cornbread, I guess. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like because it really supports my channel. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more lifestyle and mamahood content. And I will see you guys in the next vlog whenever I'm hopefully not making some protein cornbread that I didn't mean to make. Anyway, I'm about to go to bed probably, so I will see you guys later. Bye.